Hello everyone and welcome. This series is about replacing all my applications with open source applications. I've been using Obsidian for quite a long time. I have a lot of scripts. I also do a lot of notes in it for learning Japanese or even planning these videos that I do. It's quite nice. You can do a lot. There are a ton of plugins in Obsidian, but it's just freeware and not open source. I have been looking for a lot of different applications and I came up with one that really took me by surprise. And that application is Logseq. To start off, we have to make a new graph that's basically a vault or just a folder like in Obsidian. Now that we have made the folder, just select it and we open it. Now that what we're seeing here is the journal. For every day you get a new journal entry. And to start off, I do not like this date format. Let's see if we can change that. I guess in the settings, oh, we have colors. I'm going for a more purple one. Nice. Okay, don't get sidetracked. Date format, there it is. I would like year, month, date. It's done with slashes. I don't know if I like the slashes. Is there one without slashes? Ah, dash. That's good. Now this looks better. We see the old ones. Not sure if they have to be here. I'm just going to... Can I delete them? Yes, delete. Successfully deleted. So the way this works is pretty similar in some sense to Obsidian and in some it's not. You only have these lists here, you see? There's always this dot in front of it. But you can also go inside and just continue with that. But now I want to plan the structure of my vault or of my graph as it's called in Logseq. First of all, let's start with YouTube because I do some YouTube stuff. Then we add the work because I want to use it at work as well. Next, I'm learning Japanese, so I need a Japanese folder. I think I need a private one just for things that I write down. So we have work, Japanese, YouTube. In the end, I think templates would be a nice one as well. I will need some templates. So those are just links, they're not existing yet. Now, to enter these, you can click on them, I guess. So with YouTube, I'm just continuing to build the structure for now. I do some research here. Video scripts, and I guess for video scripts, we could define some tags. Raw, editing, released, ideas that die. Okay, what's next? We have the research, we have the scripts, and let's say ideas. Like now let's open the ideas. For now I want to do Logseq. We have installed it. Can we do like to-dos? Oh, / closed Zotero, that's crazy. You can directly import from Zotero, that's cool. To do, oh, I can do a date, today, date picker. That's pretty cool. Selecting today's date, install Logseq. Okay, first to do done. Let's continue. To do, I want to create the basic structure, create templates, or maybe just one to see if it works. Next, I want to see how media import and management, PDF, images, links. That's also something that I need to have. And personally, presentations. Because in Obsidian, I always used to make presentations directly with it. Import your own CSS and a logo. Then you can make presentations. And I think when we are at the presentation point, we just take a quick look at the plugins as well. Plugins and themes. I think we forgot one point. I want to take a look at the features that this has. So Logseq features. Let's do that before we go into the template. So we installed it. First to do, done. Then create basic structures. How can I navigate back? So I can click here on reference. So this is now basically my home file. I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe I have to create, I'm just clicking here and create new page. Let's create a new page. Let's call it home. Homer, create page. Let's do the same thing here. We had YouTube or Japanese private template. Now we have the home here. Can I move it to favorite? Oh, add to favorites. Can I right click everywhere? Search with Google. No. Add to favorites. So now I have the home part here. I saw something about cards. And cards are like flashcards. Oh, they're even called flashcards. So inside Japanese, I want to have a word list. Then I just want to go through the lessons. Lesson 1. Let's just do 2 lessons. So for the word list, I think I can just go Inu, cards or cards. Let's see. Inu is the first card and that means dog. Neko, that should be pretty obvious. For the weeps out there, it's cat. Okay, so we have cards. Can I look at them now? Toggle preview mode. Okay. Inu, don't show the answer. Oh, there it is. That's nice. If you want to look at the cards inside somewhere else, you can just do cards. And if you want to filter them, we have Japanese. This is also Japanese. Oh, it capitalized it. So these cards are all Japanese. Oh, we have to create a test card. Test card. and the hashtag test. Review cards. There are 3 cards as you can see, and we have Inu, Neko, and test. And if I want to filter them, I guess, can I just go Japanese? Oh, now we have, oh yeah, we filtered it. Review cards, just 2 now. The test is out. My plan would be, if we can do that, then hopefully we can also just cards, just get all cards. We now have the word list. Let's see the linked references. Go back to Japanese into lesson 1, and we can start here with cards. Cards? Yeah, I think it's cards. We can start with cards lesson 1. Then we have all the words from lesson 1 in here. You can review it, Inu, think about it, show answer, dog. What I don't really like is that it always shows the tags behind it. For me, they don't have to be visible all the time. I would like to have a way to jump to the definition of it, but I can't. Okay, so we credit the basics for the word list. If we press on flashcards, it just opens this window that we saw earlier. We can go for lesson. What are these filters? Okay, that's one big feature of this. Let's look at the whiteboard. New canvas for your fonts. Home for your whiteboards. Create a new whiteboard. Loading whiteboard. Okay, there is example content. Experience benefits. Put thoughts from your knowledge base or your current graph, as well as new ones, next to each other on a spatial canvas together with shapes, drawings, websites, embeds and connectors. Select anything. Those are the tools on the right. We select, we move, we draw, we highlight, we erase, we connect anything on the canvas. I think that's just an arrow, right? That's nice. We draw shapes, we write and create Logseq portals. I don't have this button. I just have the shapes, color. Get started adding blocks. Double click on a canvas, hit enter. Test block. This is a test. I cannot open it for some reason. I cannot click anywhere. Is Logseq that resource hungry? CPU on 89%. CPU is on 100% almost. If I want to add something, can I just look for Japanese? There it is. Wonderful. So we can just add existing things, then draw arrows from this to this. What is this? Add blocks. We just did that. We can draw. Let's see. Wonderful drawing. Switch between focus and outliners and media. Let's quickly look for some media then. So can I just double click and paste the link? That doesn't look the same. Why is it so slow? Doesn't look like the thing above at all. Paste different types. So what kind of, oh, this is also just a link. What about a link? It also doesn't look like the one here. What did they use a special element? Copy the link in here and replace it over here. Okay, this one works. Well, I still have to figure that one out, but that's kind of nice. So we can make the same thing as I did with my Canvas video planning that I do often. That's nice to know. Now for the graph view. It's another big feature here. It's pretty similar to the one in Obsidian. Not sure if you can color more, but it's always nice to see because everything that you create inside of a place, of a node, just gets connected to it. Even the tags that I created are here. You see the dead, raw, editing and release. I think the hashtags themselves are the same as the brackets that I used there. So if we click on raw, it opens a page. Yeah, not sure what I can change there. Journals. There's the link that leads to nowhere. So we can remove the orphaned ones. There's some other style that we can add. All pages. Oh, that's kind of nice. Big overview above everything. Let's go back to home. Easily in the favorites. YouTube ideas and a viewer with create a basic structures. Yeah, we did that pretty much. Logseq features. We're still on that. Let's see. I wanted to look at the links again. Oh, you saw that? I copied this out from the canvas and it just says video. Then you see the whole one. What about websites? If we copy this in, normal link. If we do website, can we do that as well? Okay, what was it called in the whiteboard? Oh, I don't want to open it again. It gives me lags. So they say video. Maybe the video also does some. Okay, wait. I can click on this. Can I download things here? I cannot scroll inside of it, but that's funny. So I have a PDF prepared. I just downloaded the first one online, pasted in. So as we can see, it adds them into the asset folder inside Logseq. So when you delete your download folder, it doesn't delete the PDF, which is amazing. Shows them like this. Can I click it? Okay, that's crazy. It opens the PDF. Is there a dark mode? Oh my god. It's already really good. Oh, can mark tag. Oh, copy reference. Wait, can I just... Here's the PDF. We copy the reference. Wait, that's so good. When I close this and I click on the reference... Oh, wow. Okay, the PDF stuff is really well done. What else is there? Area highlight. Make it blue. Linked reference. Wait, this is also a new note. So you have a copy this reference. I guess it adds a picture. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty amazing. I don't use a lot of PDFs, so I don't care that much. Oh, and I can even see them here. That's nice. What do we see? Videos that we can add. Links that are in there. I'm not sure. I think it's my fault that they don't properly show a preview with embedded information. Then we have PDFs where you can put out samples, link them, reference them. That's really amazing. And the last thing, what do we use a lot? Guess images, print screens. Let's just make a print screen of something here. Add it, and there it is. If we copy the image, will this generate a new one? So 17766 79 at the end, and you have 17766 not 79 at the end, so it's a different picture. It's actually a copy and not just a reference of the image, the second one. That's wild. Is there any other media that I care about? Maybe you can import audio. I'm not gonna try it. Logseq features. Did I miss anything really important? Probably, but probably some things that I don't know about. Let's see the slash commands. Log reference, links, image link, underline, some markdown stuff, date, list type, priority, I guess that's also still for the task. Advanced, we have query, Zotero, which is pretty amazing. Embeddings, cards, can I draw inside of here? Oh, I can just add an Excali draw window right inside of here. Guess it's time for another happy animal. This is an animal. I think I'm through all the stuff that I want. Close is just, here is a hidden text, right? That's cool. That's pretty nice. Templates. I think I added the one at home. YouTube script. Can I enter it somehow? Oh, just press enter to enter it, obviously. Okay. Just have to actually do the template name here. So if you give it YouTube video, that's a stupid name. YouTube script. Now if we go back to YouTube, now here we try again. Template, YouTube script, it already shows up. This would be an easy template to integrate. I think there is much more that you can do with different queries and so on. I won't do that right now. What I would like to have is a simple way to navigate back to the other things. I have video scripts that's inside of YouTube, and from here on I know that I have ideas, and then we're back. Feels a little annoying. You have to know where to go, or you could use the graph. Is there a jump command or something? Can I, oh, input command. Wait, git. One thing that I forgot about, let's go to the settings. There must be a way to sync this between different devices. That's also a thing that I would like to have. Version control. Okay, you can have Logseq sync. I guess that's a paid service from them, but we could enable Git. Okay, they're not supported. Yeah, you could easily add a Git repository to this and sync it. That's nice. We did the template, we did the media import. Presentation might be hard. I'm really guessing that this doesn't have a presentation plugin. Let's see. Plugins. Nothing installed. Present slide. There is a slide solution. This plugin is a paid plugin. I don't like that for my open source applications. Download the stuff. Turn on developer mode in Logseq. Can I not just install it here? Oh, yeah, I can. Let's install it. So the documentation said just to create something new. So we do test presentation. We go in here. Test title, test text. There should be a little button to present, which I don't see. There is no slide icon. Plugins, it's not activated. That would explain it. But there's still no icon. Maybe I need to restart. So it already tells me that this plugin slows down Logseq, which is not a good sign for me. Test presentation. There still is no button anywhere to start the presentation. In the plugins, this is active and it is uninstalled. So 0 for 1 from the plugins. Let's do something simple then. Maybe I should read. There's an exclamation mark. Plugins can access your graph and local files. They can also cause data corruption. Work on proper access rules. Awesome styler. I like the Vim shortcuts, but I have to learn the application before I start with Vim shortcuts. I can say I only want things that are up to date. Agenda seems to be up to date. Crazy star history. Whoop, popped off. Calendar plugin. Let's just install it and see. It is installed, but I don't see it. Where is this plugin that I just installed? Not seeing any plugins. Maybe I have to activate some developer mode or something. Native title bar. Developer mode. Has contributions and extensions developer to test their integration with Logseq more efficiently. But about the calendar, honestly, I'm not seeing it. That's 2 for 2 with the plugins that didn't work for me. I didn't really inform myself how to install plugins, but if there's an install button, in my opinion, they should just be there. There should nothing else to be done. So I guess presentation's not really possible. We looked at plugins, but not the themes. Right, I forgot about the themes. We have to install some, I guess. Plugins, marketplace. Oh, there it is. Themes. Cat Puchin is also nice. Let's try something new. Harmony sounds nice. Minimalistic, custom, dark and white. Hopefully it's not the white one instantly. Don't kill my eyes, please. Is it in? Couldn't tell if it's active or not. No, default. I don't think that it applies the theme. Maybe I just have bad luck and picked a bad theme. Let's pick another one that a lot of people use. The Nord theme would be a good thing, I guess. Oh, the font changed. This looks different somehow. It's pretty nice. I don't like the font from the Nord theme. It makes the text even smaller. Cute animal. So overall, I'm positively surprised by Logseq. There are some things that feel weird for me. So if I want to click into something, if I click on this now, I just go to the link. And if I want to edit it, sometimes you could click on things, sometimes not. This felt a little bit weird. Otherwise, the plugins didn't work for me. None of them did, which is a little worrying because there are quite a few things that I need to do. So syncing between devices, hopefully also presenting directly out of here, but that didn't seem possible for now at least. Besides that, I'm a big fan of the graph view. It's already looking interesting, and this is just like 1 hour of playing around with Logseq. Then we have the whiteboards. Big fan of this. You can embed links and videos and everything and just make arrows, draw stuff, and can use a canvas, which is great. Then the flashcards, also amazing. You have filters for your flashcards, so you can go by lessons, by tag, by something. It's really useful to me. Not a big fan that I always have to see the tags of the word list as well. There should be an option to just hide the tags. There are values, so you can say you have forgotten them, you remembered them well, and so on. Maybe you can add some queries about that afterwards, so you see which words you already know or which things that you remembered or don't remember. Amazing feature. And besides that, the general use of Markdown and everything felt pretty good. My laptop struggled using it sometimes. I think when I opened the whiteboard, it got into the red zone up here. So it was around over 90%. And it's not that weak. I mean, it has 64 gigabytes of RAM and a Ryzen 7 Pro. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of Nixos and Niri and Noctalia, or it was because of Logseq. Couldn't tell you the source, but I guess it was Logseq, and that's a little worrying. Big fan, but not properly sold. But if I missed some really important features or did something completely wrong, don't hesitate to tell me. Leave a comment. If you do that, try to subscribe as well. Would be really nice. I hope you have a good evening, morning, or day, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.